This is another video in my Go Open Source series. In this video I'm going to talk about the Pidgin instant messaging client. The great thing about Pidgin is that it's free and open source, and it supports many different chat networks. So instead of having one program for AOL and another program for MSN and yet another program for Google Talk and Yahoo, you can have one program for all of those chat networks. And I'll show you how it works. So go to pidgin.im, download Pidgin for Windows. And then once that download finishes, we'll double click the installer called pidgin-2.6.3.exe and run it. The Pidgin wizard is pretty easy. Click next. You'll see that Pidgin's released under the GNU General Public License, which is a free and open source license. Okay, here's where we get some options. You get shortcut options. You want to leave all of these where they are, except I like to enable spell checking support. This will add a little squiggly underline if you misspell a word. And I speak English, so I want to add the English spell checking support. And now click next. And Pidgin needs the GTK Plus. It's the GNOME toolkit in order to function. Click install. And Pidgin is now installing. Okay, Pidgin will prompt you for the GNU spell setup, which is what it uses for spell checking. All the defaults are fine. I don't like to check either of these items. Install. You don't need to view the manual unless you'd like to. And now it's downloading the dictionary that it will spell check, use to spell check your words. Once again, we're just clicking next and install. And now Pidgin has been installed with spell checking support. So this is the first screen you get when you first start up Pidgin. Currently I have no IM accounts configured, but I can change that. I want to add an IM account, and you have all of these different IM accounts to choose from. And you can also add third-party plugins to expand this list. But for right now, I'm going to configure an AIM account. And my username is Gaslamp Computers. And my password is secret. So I input my password there. I want it to remember my password so that I don't have to type it in every time I want to connect. If you're using a shared or public computer, you should probably not tick remember password. Local alias is what you'll be called in your own chat window. I'm fine with it saying Gaslamp Computers, but I could put whatever I want here. And now click Add. And this is the Pidgin buddy list. It's very simple. Unfortunately, Gaslamp Computers has no friends, so there are no buddies popping up, but there's plenty of options here. You can show offline buddies, and if you see, I made a video before where I used the account YouTube demo. So if I click to show offline buddies, I can see that buddy there. I don't like to see buddy details. I just like a very slim view. We can add another account, a different type of account. We'll add an XMPP account, which is essentially a Google Talk account. So if you have a Google account, that means you have an XMPP account. XMPP used to be called Jabber, but they changed it to XMPP. So my username is Gaslamp Computers. The domain is gmail.com. Resource is the location of this computer. So you could call it home or work or whatever you want to call it. Once again, password is secret, so I'll enter that right now. And click to remember my password. And here I'm going to call the local alias because I don't want it to say gaslampcomputers@gmail.com in my chat window. I'll just make my local alias be Matt. And now click Add. And now I have two accounts in Pidgin. I can, if I click to send a new instant message, I'll get this window that pops up, and you can choose which account you want to send from. And in this box, you choose the buddy you want to send it to. Pidgin also has a ton of preferences. There's this little system tray icon. I don't like to show it, so I click Never, and it goes away. You have the option of viewing IMs in tabbed windows or as individual windows. I like to view them in individual windows, so I uncheck that. Once again, I don't like the detailed information. I just like a very streamlined look, so I uncheck Show Detailed Information. And logging is always nice to keep track of all of your chats. As far as the default plugins that I use, I like the History plugin. It'll show your most recent chat whenever you open up an IM window. And I know I told you about third-party plugins in my next video on Pidgin. I'll show you how to install the Facebook plugin so that you can use Facebook chat in Pidgin.